So let's discuss the two stanzas in the form of question answer. Okay. So if you are doubtful regarding the answer, you can just make a note in your notebook. So in the first answer, we find that the tree is symbolized as what? In the poem on killing a tree, the tree is the symbol of. When I explained to you the poem, when I gave you the introduction of the poem, I told you the tree is symbolized as
Human being.
enemy of the human beings, isn't it? The man is presented as a killer. So tree is symbolized as an enemy. In fact, we know that it is a symbol of life. But here, human beings perceive tree as a symbol of evilness. Okay. Then the next one, how does a tree grow up? Or by which form the tree grows into a huge one?
Observing years of
Yes.
sunlight, air, water.
Or consuming years of sunlight, air, and water. The tree grows up by absorbing years of sunlight, air, and water. And according to the poet, he says that the process of killing a tree is not so easy. Do you agree with that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, the killing process is not so easy. A simple jab of knife or merely a cut cannot kill a tree. Then in the last line of the first stanza, the poet is referring to a phrase, leprous hide. What it refers to? Leprous hide means?
Discolored and lumpy skin.
Lumpy skin.
Yes, discolored and lumpy skin, the external or outer surface of the tree. Okay, the texture of the skin of the tree, which is not smooth. Then coming to the next stanza, the poet says that, so hack and chop, but this alone won't do it. This alone won't do it. What does this refer to? This refers to the task of killing. Okay, so how the human being is trying to accomplish the task of killing a tree? By merely by merely hacking or chopping.
Chopping.
To underline those words, hack and chop. Humans are trying to accomplish the task of killing by hacking and chopping. And the poet says that this alone won't do it. What alone won't do it? Merely if you hack and chop, the killing process cannot be fulfilled or accomplished. Not so much pain will do. The tree will not experience so much of pain if you merely hack and chop. Why? Why is it so? The bleeding bark will heal. Though the tree gets wounded when we cut, but the wound will be healed very soon. Okay, so the bleeding bark refers to the sap that comes out of the part where the tree is cut. Just make a note. Bleeding bark refers to the sap that oozes out of the tree at the area where it is cut. And what happens once the wound is healed, close to the ground, we can see small green twigs rising just in the form of a miniature boughs. And if it is unchecked, it will expand to the former size. Okay. So I hope those two stanzas are clear. Any doubts, children, please do ask. If you have any doubts, please do clear it now.
Former size means?
Former size means the previous size. The tree is huge in size. Okay, it is big in size. But once we cut, I'll show you the picture, then it will be more clear to you. Once we cut the top part of the tree, what happens? It has life. It has still life. That's what the poet says. So small miniature or tiny or small boughs or small branches will start to sprout up. Okay. Is it clear, Dia?
Yes, ma'am.
Any more doubts? Aryan, Dennis, Mariam, any more doubts for you children?
Ma'am, what is the meaning of twigs?
Twig. Twig means small branches. Small branches. Twigs mean small branches. Come on, children, clear your doubts now itself.
Ma'am,
yes,
meaning of bows.
Meaning of bows. Bow means a main branch of a tree. Main branch of a tree is referred to as bow. And miniature means tiny, small, or puny. Any other doubts?
No, ma'am.
So are these stanzas clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So in connection with the second stanza, I would like to show. What do you see here on the screen? What do you understand? What is it?
Tree is lumpy.
bark of a tree.
Yes, discolored skin of the tree. And this is what the poet is referring to as leprous hide. Okay, leprous hide. The texture or the skin of the tree is not at all smooth. And just like human beings get wrinkles on their face, the tree has got a lot of marks on the bark or on the main stem. Okay, so is it clear? This is what the poet refers to leprous hide. Leprous hide, the word
ma'am.
leprous comes from the disease leprosy, which was prevalent in the olden time. That's a skin disease. Okay, so leprous hide refers to the discolored, lumpy skin of the tree. And here we have another picture. What does this picture represent? What do you understand from this picture?
The small.
Yes, miniature bows. So you here in this picture, you can see that a part of the tree is cut. The top part of the tree is cut. Okay, but though it is cut, you can see small or miniature form of a main branches sprouting. Can you see it, children? Are you able to follow?
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes. Now look at another picture. Okay, the tree is almost cut, but here you can see a small miniature bough is sprouting. Okay, small green twigs, and the original form of the tree is seen in the miniature form. Okay, later on this will grow and become huge in size. Okay, this is another image. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So merely if we hack or chop the tree into pieces, the tree's life cannot be taken away. That is what the poet says. So I hope these two stanzas are clear. Let's move into the third stanza, page number 50. No, the root is to be pulled out of the anchoring earth. It is to be ropped, tied, and pulled out, snapped out, or pulled out entirely, out from the earth cave, and the strength of the tree exposed, the source white and wet, the most sensitive, hidden for years inside the earth. So as far as a tree is concerned, where does its strength lies? Where does its strength lies? Its strength lies.
Roots.
Roots.
Why? Why is it said so? Why
Because
the roots are considered as the important part of the tree?
the root helps in binding the tree to the ground.
Yes, I agree. Roots help in binding or holding the soil.
It helps the tree to stand upright.
It helps the tree to stand upright. Okay, agreed, Avnita. Good. Tell me. Yes, Dennis. I think Dennis wants to say something.
It collects the food the tree needs.
It collects the food that it needs. Yes, very good. Food in the sense, what are we referring to?
Nutrients, minerals.
Nutrients, minerals. Specifically,
Water.
water. Very good, very good. Exactly. That was what I was looking for, water. Okay, so the roots are always in connection with the water. Okay. When we consider the huge trees, the roots penetrate deep into the soil. It reaches the underground water table. It absorbs the water and then it transfers to the other part of the tree. Okay, so the root is a main part of the tree because the roots always keep in touch with the water. Let's consider human beings' life. For us, what is more important? Is it our body or our soul? What is more important? What do you think? Whether we belong to any kind of religion, we do believe in God, don't we?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Whether we are a Hindu or a Muslim or a Christian, we believe in God. We trust God. So my question to you is, what is more important, body or soul?
So
Soul.
Both of them are of equal value.
Yes, ma'am. Both.
Both of them have equal value. Equal value. Who said that?
Ma'am Kiran.
Okay. Why do you say so, Kiran?
Without a soul, the body won't function. And without the body, soul can't do anything.
Okay. Without the body, soul cannot function. Without the soul, body can't exist. But then after our death, what happens? We cremate our body, isn't it? Either we burn our body or we do the cremation.
Yes, ma'am.
So when we compare body and soul, soul is more important, isn't it? Because we do the good things only because we believe that the soul will reach to heaven after our death. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Similarly, as far as the tree is concerned, its main part is the root. And root is in connection with the water. Okay, just like we do communicate with God through prayer, the tree's important part is its root, and it always keep in touch with the water. It lies hidden beneath the soil or under the soil. The important part of the tree cannot be seen outside. Other than the root, we see all the other parts of the tree externally. But that internal part, the main part, the significant part of the tree lies under the soil. And the poet says that only if you pull out the root of the tree, you can accomplish the task of killing a tree. Are you getting my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. The poet says that the root is to be pulled out of the anchoring earth. Write down the meaning of the word anchoring. Anchoring means supporting. Anchoring. Anchoring means supporting. The roots support the tree, or the tree and the earth comes in connection only because of its root. The roots hold the soil tightly. Okay. The root is to be pulled out of the anchoring earth. It is to be robbed, tied, and pulled out and snapped out. Snapped out means chopped or cut. Snapped out means to chop out. Chopped out. It is to be robbed, tied, and pulled out. So the killing process is not so easy. I'm not talking about the small trees which we find in our premises, but the huge ones. Okay, just like banyan trees or fig trees or similar kind of trees which we find in the forest. Okay, they are huge in size. I hope you remember the images that I showed you in the previous class.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
very,
ma'am.
very huge in size. So the killing process, it consumes a lot of effort and time. The poet says that it has to be robbed. A rope has to be tied around the main part of the tree or trunk of the tree, and it has to be pulled out. I do not know what are the kinds of machineries used by human beings to kill a tree. And then it has to be chopped out or pulled out entirely. So what is the poet referring to? Pulling out of what?
from the
the
Earth.
root.
Pulling out of?
The earth.
earth.
What is the main part of the tree? Which is the main part of the tree? Root.
Root.
Okay, so the root has to be pulled out entirely. Entirely means completely out from the earth cave. Look at the phrase used by the poet, earth cave. Once the roots are pulled out of the earth, a huge hole, H-O-L-E, a huge hole is formed, and it refers to a cave. Okay, almost it resembles a cave. Okay, out from the earth cave, and the strength of the tree exposed. So for exam, sometimes you may get a question. The strength of the tree exposed. What is the strength referred to? The strength of the tree refers to its
Root.
roots. The source, white and wet. So what is the peculiarity of the root? I have already told you, root always keeps in touch with the water. Okay. And it is the most delicate part of a tree. It's very soft in nature. Okay. The source, white and wet. Roots are white in color. It is very soft in nature and it is wet also. Okay. So that is the reason why no matter whichever part of the tree we cut, the tree regrows. I hope you are following me.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
The source, white and wet, the most sensitive, hidden for years inside the earth. So for many years, this tree has been absorbing or consuming all the nutrients, minerals, sunlight, air, and water. And it has become huge in size. So if we cut a branch or stem or any other part of the tree, it does not matter. Though it will experience a slight pain, the tree will not experience a severe pain because the main part is hidden inside the earth for many years. And it keeps on absorbing or it keeps in touch with water. Is that stanza clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And the final stanza, the poet says that what happens if the strength of the tree is exposed? Once the root is pulled out, what will be the end result? The poet says, then the matter of scorching and choking in sun and air, browning, hardening, twisting, withering, and then it is done. Just imagine, children, if it is summer season, if you're standing under the sun for a long time, what will be our situation? Hmm? What will be our situation? Will we be able to stand energetically under the sun?
No, ma'am. We
No,
will not.
ma'am.
Either we'll faint or we'll become unconscious or we'll feel like vomiting, isn't it? Because our body becomes dehydrated. We will not have enough strength to withstand with the heat of the sun. Similarly, when that sensitive part of the tree is exposed, when the strength of the tree is exposed, if the roots are pulled out, what happens? We are leaving it for scorching. Scorching means, what do you mean by scorching? Scorching refers to the intense heat of the sun. Intense heat of the sun is referred to as scorching. Of scorching and choking. So drying up of the tree under severe heat after it's being uprooted. Okay, so the process is scorching and choking in the sun and in the air. The roots are exposed, the roots are pulled out, and we just leave it exposed to the air and sunlight. Browning and hardening. So the roots are white in color. Okay, they are white in color. And once it is pulled out, and if once it starts to get exposed to the sunlight, the color changes to brown. And these soft roots becomes hard. Are you getting my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Browning, hardening, and twisting, the nature of the roots becomes hard. Okay, twisting and withering. Withering means drying up. And finally, the process of killing gets accomplished. So I'll just go through these two stanzas once again. The third stanza, the poet says that in order to kill a tree, the tree has to be uprooted. The roots have to be pulled out. So one will be able to separate the tree from the earth only if its roots are pulled out. Okay, so the roots are the binding agent. The roots are the one that connects the tree with the soil or with the earth. That's why we say that once all the trees are cut, then it will lead to soil erosion, landslide, and all the other natural calamities. So I hope you understand the significance. Of course, we human beings do have to fulfill our desires. We want to build good houses or good furnitures or whatever we need. But there is a limit for everything. Am I right? Yes.
Yes,
We cannot exploit the nature as we like. And in case if we cut a tree, what we have to do? We have to plant Another 2. Okay, another 2. We are not even planting a single one. That is the pathetic situation. We human beings have become too greedy. We are running behind to fulfill all our desires. We are not at all bothered about destroying the nature. In fact, we have to preserve the nature for the coming generation, but that is not happening. We just keep on cutting the trees limitlessly, but we are not bothered even to plant a single one. Do you agree with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So that is what the poet says in the poem. So only if the roots are pulled out, the strength of the tree becomes exposed, and then it is left for scorching and chalking and browning and withering, and it becomes hard, and finally it dies. So actually the poet is not teaching us how to kill a tree, but he is ridiculing or mocking the entire humanity, that this is what it happens. Okay, so killing of trees should not happen, and it's not good for humanity. I hope you understood the poem.
Yes, ma'am.
Just go through the last 2 stanzas, and if you have any doubts, clear it now itself. We have few more minutes left, so just go through each and every line in detail and see if you have any doubts. Children, it's not enough that we celebrate Environment Day every year on June 5th. We have to do something to preserve our nature, to protect our nature. Okay. We have to take the initiation. So what project can I give you based on this poem?
Planting a tree.
Yes, exactly. Will you all do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So take it as a challenge. You just try to plant a tree, at least one. Okay. I'm not telling you 2, but in your premises, you can plant at least 1 tree and just keep on watering it. And by the end of the year, let me see how much it has grown. Okay. Take it as a project. Do it. Okay. And you can also collect pics of, or you can take the pics of its growth. Okay. Every month, how much it grows. Will you do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. All right. Go through the lines. Dennis, are you reading?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes. Yes, Kiran.
should it be a tree or any other plant?
Not the small one. I did not mean the small plant, but I mean actually a tree. You can either plant a mango tree or a jackfruit tree.
Ma'am.
Yes, Avnita.
Ma'am, is there any difference between twigs and boughs?
Twigs means small branch. Okay. Green twigs. Twigs means small branch. Bough means the main branch of a tree.
Okay, ma'am.
You will find small branches at the same time, the main branch. Okay. So here miniature bough refers to the main branch. So once the top part of the tree is cut, the main, what else? The leaves started to sprout and it will form a miniature form of that huge tree. Okay, just like I showed you in the image. Any other doubts, children? This is a poem. That's why I'm repeatedly asking you whether you have any doubts or not.
Ma'am, choking.
Hmm?
Choking.
Chalking is the same meaning, scorching and chalking. Okay, that means just imagine that our nose and mouth is closed at the same time. What happens?
We can't breathe.
Yes, we can't breathe. Okay. So, and after some time, we start to choke. Okay, cough comes. Okay, this is the same thing explained here, that the tree, the roots, when it is exposed, it will lack the air, sufficient air is lacking. Okay, and then it is exposed to the intense heat and finally it dies.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I assume that the poem is quite clear to you. Okay, if you have any doubts after reading it 2 or 3 times, please do let me know. Okay, I shall clarify it in the next class. Okay, children, thank you so much. I'll meet you in the next session. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.